The Kernel Podcast. Hosted by Noah Norton.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kernel Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Noah Norton. It's great having you here. Are we excited? First show of 2021, all right? Isn't that amazing? We started in the magnificent year of 2020. Of course, I say magnificent year because of so many great movies came out. We had so many landmark events. Tenet came out. And yeah, it was just a great year in general. I think it was really awesome, and we're really excited to see what 2021 brings you. So thank you for joining us. We got a great show for you. Let's pop it, lock it, and butter it down. Moving on, our first news of the week. There's a lot of drama right now on the internet surrounding Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde this month. So if you're not aware, it is believed that Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde have started dating. It seems like everyone online has spoken out against this relationship, but I will say one reaction did catch my eye. Christopher God King Nolan came out on his new TikTok account to speak out against this relationship and disown Harry Styles for being a homewrecker. And if you don't know, Harry Styles was nothing. He was nothing before Christopher Nolan discovered him and put him in Dunkirk 2017. So essentially Harry's, we'll say father figure, this is a huge, huge blow to Harry Styles. Small town band he was in before, and then Christopher Nolan, of course, taking a chance on him and casting him in his film and just making his career what it is. And I personally see Nolan as kind of like a moral compass. So, if he's against him, I have to back Nolan on this one. Harry, you've had a couple good songs in your career, and in your performance in Dunkirk, largely thanks to Nolan, was pretty good. But you have to end this relationship to win back Nolan's trust, all right? Do that, you might have yourself a spot in Tenet too. All right? Think about your career. She ain't worth it. On to the next story. Penguin solo film in the works at Warner Brothers. Now, this is really exciting. It's Joker 2019 styled. It's going to take place during the Roaring 20s, and it's rumored that it'll feature a young Alfred Pennyworth. And as I'm saying that, is anyone thinking de-aged Michael Caine? We bring him back and we connect this to the Dark Knight franchise, and we have a younger Michael Caine. But isn't this exciting? Kind of just think about that. That kind of learn the origins of him. We knew a little bit about his past, but just really flesh that character out. And interestingly enough, the director, Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson, and the budget is going to be about $100 million. I'm going to call it right now. This is going to be a box office super smasher. I'm thinking $1 billion plus. This is going to be huge. Consider this movie a herring swimming through the Antarctica and a penguin peripheral, like the movie, jumping in and snatching that heron of box office success. This is a win right here. I think this is a penguin beak snap win right now. And I'm very excited to see what happens. And if it can connect to the Joker, well, then that's a win for everyone, isn't it? All right. Moving on. Deadpool 3 will hire a Redditor to write the screenplay. Now, this is following the news that writers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick will not be returning for the third film. As a result of this, Ryan Reynolds came up with a brilliant idea to mix things up because he's a fun, wacky guy. Next month, Ryan Reynolds will be holding a contest on Reddit, and whoever has the best, and then Deadpool walks in, joke, will win the contest and write the third film. And as we know, Reddit community members, they just get compelling characters. They write incredible fan films and stuff, so I don't see why this wouldn't translate perfectly into Deadpool 3. I mean, if you really want to see just the scope of how good Reddit writers are, go to the Star Wars Reddit page. I mean, look at the stuff they've written in place of Last Jedi, in place of Force Awakens. All incredible ideas, super inspired, and not at all, fan servicey. They truly think character first, and then they move out from there. So I think this is going to be great. And hey, if you end up submitting and you have the best joke, why don't you comment down below and you say thank you to Noah, yours truly, right here, for giving me the idea. I personally won't be joining this because I'm not an idiot and I like highbrow comedy, but have fun. All right, and our last news story of the day, we kind of have to get some Twitter news. I know we don't normally like to get into these kind of like Twitter things, or if you kind of get what I'm saying without saying, we kind of like to stick towards movies and entertainment, but something in the world and particularly in this country kind of big has happened, And it really wouldn't be fair to our listeners if we didn't kind of weigh in on this and kind of give our thoughts and maybe even a calming voice in these crazy times. But coming out of Twitter, Dixie D'Amelio recently deleted her Twitter account. And I gotta say, we are all in mourning over here. We are so sad. We won't see a person be able to show their thoughts on the wonderful site that we know that Twitter is it's a great space, safe place for people to voice their opinions and their ideals. And it is just so tragic to think that she won't be able to do that anymore. And it really is. You think about censorship, and you think about, like, have we overstepped here by not forcing Dixie D'Amelio to be on Twitter at all times? Is at some point, is our responsibility as a society to say, no, Twitter, don't let people ever delete their accounts, I don't know. This is a really tough sort of thing. But I know, Dixie, if you're out there, I don't know how to reach you anymore. I've sent all those letters to your house, and, I don't know. Is this about Attaway General? Are you just focusing on that? Is that our only way of communicating through you, is through, watching episodes of Attaway General? Is that how you're talking to us? Is that, I don't know. I think we're all kind of a little up in the air right now. So that's pretty big. I have a note here too that I don't know who this is. So I guess Twitter banned someone. Okay. All right. Whatever. Dixie, come back to us. All right. And Twitter, think about bringing her back. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break here, but we'll be back with some quick reviews in just a moment. Stick around. Hey, everyone. I hope you're enjoying the episode so far. We just actually want to take this break for a second to show you about some exciting stuff. Now, you may have been watching the episode and noticed this pin right here. And the pin says, I risked my life for Tenet. And when I got this pin from redbubble.com, which is actually where you can find all of our merch, this right here is a kind of like signed contract, a sort of a statement right here that I risked my life during the middle of a global pandemic to see a masterpiece film. And I actually did that multiple times. And I think something at the Kernel we've been talking about is, since we're all such huge fans, that this is a kind of a badge of honor, a badge of courage, if you will. So we're actually selling these on Redbubble. These I risked my life for Tenet pins. You can get them as stickers like this. A larger sticker you put kind of on a laptop screen. Maybe you put it in the corner of your screen, so when you're watching Tenet for your 17th time, you get a reminder that you actually braved the perils of the world to see this film and promote really high quality filmmaking. So if you want to get these, check them out at redbubble.com. We actually have a bunch of great merch over there. We also have this great sticker written and directed by Quintifer Nolantino. This is if you want to flex on some film fans and let them know that you're a fan of great writing in film, and you're also a fan of great writing and great directing in film. So kind of to show that you really appreciate true cinema. We also have this great one right here that I think is awesome. I think this is it's God King Nolan, but I think this is while he's filming The Prestige, if I'm not mistaken. This is The Prestige Nolan right here. So you can wear this and just kind of show your support of a really true visionary that Christopher Nolan is. And then finally, we have just a standard The Kernel News kind of sticker you can put on like a laptop screen. And this right here actually works in film debates as sort of a get out of jail free for a bad take. If you feel like you have something controversial, you just take this sticker off, you show it to someone, and they know. It's kind of just, hey, don't debate me, all right? Don't try to fight me on this. I'm going to beat you. I do want to make it clear, if you do end up purchasing the I Risk My Life for Tenet sticker, you have to have seen Tenet in theaters. This is a club that we want exclusivity for. We want it to be a badge of courage. You wouldn't wear a Purple Heart, just because you fought in the war, right? You want this to mean something. So please only buy the I Risk for My Life for Tenet if you truly did see Tenet in theaters, And I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. All right, welcome back, everybody. All right, so we're getting into our quick review section here, and our quick review is kind of just like I've been watching some of the movies and TV shows of the past few weeks and kind of catching you up on what my thoughts and feelings are about them. So getting right into it, Wonder Woman 1984, Gal Gadot. Oh my Gadot. She's so hot. She's awesome. I get flustered just thinking about her. But something I really like about her, she just knows how to shut up and look pretty, right? Isn't that just the case? She just shuts up, looks pretty. I honestly forgot she was in the movie. I forgot she was in the movie for a good section of it. Brie Larson You could use some acting tips here. Take a little bit from Gal Gadot here. It's another thing she does so well. She allows her male acting partner to steal the scene. It's really like she's not even in the movie. Like she's like a fly on the wall, and I'm watching Chris Pine act. Speaking of Chris Pine, he might get an Oscar nod for this movie because she was so good. So good. I have to say my favorite scene of the movie, though, is that climactic fight at the cat fight. When the two girls are, just the claws are really out on this one. It was fantastically. Lastly, I just loved how they made Diana's character so revolved around a man. Wasn't that relatable? Wasn't that so relatable how there was just no character to her and it was really all just about Chris Pine? So I think that's great. I'm super excited to see Wonder Woman 3 if this is the blueprint going forward. It's fantastic. All right. So on to our next one, Soul. Oh, God, I'm such a sucker for Pixar. So I gave it a 5 out of 5 on my Letterboxd before I even saw the movie. To get personal for a second, I learned a lot of things about life through Pixar. Through Up, I learned that it's never too late to change. Through Ratatouille, I learned that rats are delicious. But something I realized through Soul, I'm going to die someday. And I didn't know that. I didn't know that going into Soul. And so when I watched the movie, I was like, oh, these are really fun characters, so fun. But then I was like, wait, I'm human. And then I called my parents and they're like, no, you're 23. You really should have known this by now. And I was like, huh. So I kind of just sat in a dark room for 4 days, having just a horrible existential crisis, but I'm back from it now, and I am coping. I'm coping very well. The animation was really fun. I'm here. I'm right here, guys. Moving on. Cobra Kai Season 3. Now, to be honest with you guys, I kind of got news from my producers that they wanted me to watch Season 3. I hadn't seen Season 1 or 2 up until this point, and they wanted me to see this, and they gave me notice that about 7 hours before we were going to shoot this episode. So then I was like, oh, shoot, I have to watch all the rest of them because I wanted the context of it. But then I realized, oh, God, I'm not going to be able to watch 3 seasons that quickly. But then I remembered Netflix added the new 1.5 times speed. But then I realized that's still not enough time. So I actually put it through a filter. So I did it in double speed. But then I was like, this isn't going to be enough time either. So what I did is I split it into 3 separate boxes on my screen. And I actually played Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, all on one screen at double time speed. Then I remembered, I was like, wait, I don't need to do this. I need to do this way Christopher Nolan would do this. I did it Tenet style, where I actually ran Season 1 forward at double speed, and then I ran Season 3 backwards at double speed, and then they'd meet in the middle in Season 2. So I actually ran it Christopher Nolan's side, and I gotta say, after watching it, it doesn't make a goddamn bit of sense. The whole thing is a jumbled mess. I don't know why they decided for the characters' voices to be pitched so high. The plot was way too fast. It was moving at a breakneck pace. That was rough. Rough watch, Cobra Kai Season 3. Hey, if you're going to try to do it, get Nolan involved. You amateurs over there. Not my cup of tea, Cobra Kai. Not at all. Girl was kind of hot, though. Daniel's daughter? Pretty hot. All right, in our last little bit here, The Mandalorian 2 finale. Oh my God. Did you watch The Mandalorian 2 season finale? The hallway scene. Everyone who's seen it knows exactly what I'm talking about, the hallway scene. I gotta say, it's better than Rogue One. It's better than Darth Vader's scene. Screw it. This is the best Star Wars could possibly be. Oh my gosh. I know I had kind of gotten on Mandalorian in the last episode. No, everything is awesome. There was a moment in it where he turns on, and Luke shows up, and he turns on his lights, and it's a green lightsaber, and it went vroom, 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 and I was like, oh my gosh, and then Mando was like, and I was like, oh my goodness, Lando's going, and he had the dark saber, and he's like, and and Mando was over here, and the robot was here, and they slammed together, and they're all in each other's faces, and then, but did he want the crown of Mandalore? You must defeat Mando. And they were like, and you were, give me the dark saber, and then the lightsaber, and he takes the hood off, and it's Luke underneath, and Grogu's not even that bad of a name. It really isn't that bad of a, and oh man, oh boy, that was a good one. I like the ending of that. Yeah, season 2. Oh, good. Oh, jeez. It's pretty good. Jon Favreau. It's a good series. I'm gonna name my first nephew Grogu. I should have decided then. First nephew, Grogu. All right, and finally, we're going into our Did You Know section. If you don't know our Did You Know section, this is a deep dive into film trivia and knowledge that you won't find on IMDb. So, did you know, not a single person saw Captain Marvel 2019 in theaters? Yeah, it turns out Disney bought every ticket that was counted. Disney had their worldwide employees go to every theater and buy multiple tickets to sell out all of the theaters. But of course, the employees were not allowed to see the film, mostly because Disney at this point already didn't want them to watch another meandering, middle-of-the-road Marvel movie. They already made about 7 of those, so they didn't want to waste their time, especially because they might have to have them see Ant-Man and the Wasp as well. But this is actually the reason why the film was able to cross over the $1 billion mark. Fascinating. Well, as always, I'm Noah Norton. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Be sure to like and subscribe down below, and go follow us on Instagram under the account The Kernel News. That's on Instagram. We're also on TikTok, The Kernel News. And yeah, I hope you have a great day.